Hi guys, this is David, and today I'm reviewing guys my top 5 favorite Lego games. Why? Because as a kid, everybody's played with Lego. Like, how dare you fall down on me? I had played with Lego as a little, yeah, but everybody, I mean, the game brought so much more fun. Even adults and teenagers and people still enjoy the Lego games. My number 5 Lego game is Lego Harry Potter. Because, why? Every Lego game was always to try to bring something new to it. In the beginning, it all started off from Star Wars to Indiana Jones to Harry Potter, I'm pretty sure. That's how the order went. And the Harry Potter brought magic, obviously, in, which was really cool. And I've always been a big Harry Potter fan, so that one just hit home for me. I could argue that some of the Star Wars one was a little bit better, but you guys might be seeing that further on my list. So for my number 5, it has to go to Lego Harry Potter. Obviously, you're going to ask which one, because there's the 1 through 4 and 5 through 7 or 8, whatever, how many movies they made. Okay, I will go with the newer font from 5 up, because I guess. But then again, remember, if they ever do like a Star Wars, the complete saga Lego thing that they made, they probably will. It probably would be down, because it'd have all of it. Yeah. My 4th favorite Lego game is Lego Lord of the Rings. Why? Because as Emilio at a point was anticipating, like, oh my god, they made Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and they're not making fucking Lord of the Rings. They could make so much with it, and yeah, they did, and then they did so much of it. It was really, really cool. I think they did a really good job, and it was so much fun playing as in one of those classic, awesome movies with elves and orcs and stuff, and D&D. Dave's a nerd, I know. And you know, it was really cool, and I mean the functions of the game were cool. I want to say they weren't as much of an improvement as from Lego Harry Potter, because it was still fantasy versus fantasy right now. I know Star Wars is fantasy, but it's sci-fi fantasy almost. It's sci-fi almost. But these two genres are fantasy, so I wasn't really sure if Harry Potter was going to go before or after Lord of the Rings, but I did end up saying that Lord of the Rings will go before because of the big, massive war that was going on, which made it awesome. Number 3 on my favorite Lego games is Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Why? Because not only did it have all 6 stories in one, but it obviously added a few more things to it, like a lot more mini games, a lot of more cool things. Obviously, I could say, well, I prefer the 1 to 3 compared to the 4 through 6, but it would be hard knowing that it was kind of mehish. And plus, the first Lego game that came out was the from one to level. My bad. From Lego Star Wars 1 through 3, and at the end, it was that little hidden door, right, that you try to like complete everything to unlock it, and you're like, oh, awesome! It's you're expecting something awesome to be, and especially if you play the other Lego games, you're expected to be able to create your own character. But no, it was a mission where you played as a trooper, and you had Darth Vader, and you killed a bunch of rebels, and you're trying to find Leia. That was giving R2-D2 a message. So it was really kind of like, oh, well, I was expecting something different, and this was kind of a thanks a lot, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but then again, the second one brought in the actual maker characters that has stuck with us till now. And nowadays, in the newest Lego games, just FYI, it's like you can make like up to like 7 for like every single player 1 and player 2 can make like 7 of their own, which I guess is cool. But I don't know. It's meh. I don't know. It's up to you. And the Complete Saga is a classic, and that's why it's gotta go to my number 3. It's all Star Wars. It's the first game they made, and it's classics. It's Star Wars. You can't go wrong with Star Wars. So that's why. And my number 2 has to go to Lego Batman DC Superheroes, because well, even though the first one did show stuff, it was also the first Batman was the first Lego game to actually not have really a story. It was just kind of like a Lego game with its own kind of story. And especially since Legos didn't really talk, it was a bit more hard to get into it. I thought, oh yeah, just everybody escaped. And the second, in Batman DC Superheroes, brought the first aspect of Lego minifigures talking. Some of you guys might like it, some of you guys might not, but I personally like it. I don't know, I like it. Maybe it's not what I grew up with, but I don't know, I like it. It's nice. I like to see those little guys talk and actually say their story, not so I was like, well, I get it, but nah. and it was a bit hard to sometimes get the story, unless it was like a movie, as I said, that I knew. As in, when the Batman one is kind of like, there was not really a story in the cutscenes, it was just Batman and Robin just goofing around, and like it wasn't really a story being told like in the Star Wars one. So that's why the second DC Lego DC Superheroes comes in first, because not only they introduced the talking, but it worked. For me, it worked. It was fine. And especially as if you get a good voice actor, it'll work fantastic. And plus, come on, you get to be Batman and get to beat up people and things, and that's awesome. Right? It's all DC superheroes in there. You can't go wrong with DC. Yeah. And my number one Lego game ever is... But David, this game isn't a game I could play anymore. True. It is Lego Universe. Because I could be in the whole universe of Lego. It was sooner or later gonna make branches to Star Wars, to DC, to Marvel. I mean, maybe not DC and Marvel. Maybe they would have been butthurt, and whoever did it first, they would have done it first. But you could have been yourself. It was yourself in the Lego world. I mean, come on. Come on. Yourself in the Lego world. That is awesome. I mean, it just is awesome. It's fun. I want to... And you could go like the 4 different like classes that there were. And plus, it wasn't like... even though those 4 teams went into 3 different paths themselves, that didn't mean you couldn't go all 3 of those paths. You had a beginner one, the one you start off and you were based on that one. Even though when the game first came out, it was a pay subscription style. And then like, if one of the classes that was actually stronger than all of them, you could see their stats, it was technically at the end going to be a little bit stronger. So there was technically a better class out of those 3, but they fixed that when they went free to play and everybody was equal. And also, you could compare that, well, when we went free to play, it went crap, because all you could do was just play in the first beginning area. I'm like, yeah, but there was no such thing as in-game money, like play money. You just pay it again and had everything open again. Plus, you had Ninjago open to you, which was awesome playing as a ninja and being able to spin around and do awesome, like, ninjutsu shit. That's awesome. I have ninjas. Who doesn't like ninjas? A lot of puzzles were into these Lego games, and this Lego game had puzzles that the actual Lego game had. To build, there was the mechanic of needing imagination, which was a pretty cool concept. That, like, your mana was not to attack or anything, it was to build. You know, imagination, yeah, get it? So that was pretty cool, in my opinion, and it gotta be number 1. If you're telling me right now it wouldn't count, I would not be able to have a number 1, because it would be kind of hard. I mean, Lego Marvel wasn't out yet, well, anyway, I think so, and I haven't played it yet, and it probably would make this list, because it's the newest Lego game, and they're obviously going to bring something new to the game, but Lego, I mean, even though we don't have Lego Universe now, be aware of the Lego minifigures. It's coming out, they're working on it, there have been trailers. You know those little minifigures you buy in those little packets and they're whatever, now you're going to get a code of it and you can use them to pay. Kind of like how Skylanders and Disney Infinity are, that's technically the next gaming style coming up. And me and Emilio are making a video about that soon, so stay tuned for that. But it kind of feels like it's the next gaming industry thing. And I don't know if some people agree and some people don't. Like, I have friends that say, well, I don't want to have all those crappy figures in my house. I'm like, I can understand it. For some of them, you need them. You need, like, the figure and something you can put this thing on, but you cut off the legs of the figure, throw away the body, and keep the little plate there or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is my top 5 Lego games. You guys feel that another game should have made the account, like Lego Pirates of the Caribbean? Yes, Johnny Depp, get out of my studio. No, you stop with that music. I hate him. Jesus. No. Thank you. No. So yeah, even though the Lego the Caribbean games apparently ended up being the worst just because people didn't feel they added anything new, if anything kind of made it worse, sloppy, and I don't even know if you're going to bother finishing the remaining 4 ones because of the 8 movies he has to make and he's only made 4. So yeah. This is my top 5 as I've said. If you guys thought it would have been something different for your own, please post in the comments. I'd be curious to see, because I mean, come on, you must have played a Lego game as a kid, at least looked at it or known they existed, so come on. Anyway guys, this is David, and ciao.